welcome back to my channel. Today's video we are going to be creating this super easy natural everyday neutral glam. It's kind of like that model off duty glam look. It's something that's super easy to wear literally wherever, whether it be going out or just every day to work. It's very luminous and dewy, and in this we are going to be using some of my favorite products and also some new products, and I think most of the new products are drugstore products that I wanted to share with you guys that I got the other day. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it, and don't forget to subscribe. I post new videos all the time, so go ahead and hit that button. Okay, let's go. It has been so long since I filmed like an actual tutorial of any kind, so bear with me. But the first thing I've actually never used, sorry, I'm opening it before even showing you. So like I said, this is gonna be a combination of new makeup that I've bought and some favorites, but I've heard great things about this. It's the Poreless Putty Primer in Universal Sheer from e.l.f. I have the Luminous Putty Primer and I love it. It gives you like this glow, but I just wanted to try this one because I'm actually making like a huge dent in the one that I have, the luminous kind, so I felt like it was time to get some new stuff. This is like really in here, so I like to just like scrape it with the back of my nail. It's honestly kind of like satisfying. This one feels definitely a lot creamier. It says on the package that it is with hydrating squalene. I don't know what that is. For foundation, I cannot believe the amount of compliments that I get when I wear this foundation, when people are like, what are you wearing? Your skin looks so smooth. It is the L'Oreal Infallible up to 24-hour fresh wear foundation. This is in the shade 430, which is slightly dark for me, but I'm gonna brighten it up with some concealer. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of that on a sponge and like kind of dab it around, and then normally I'll use like 2 pumps of it, but I really like it. Number one, it's super affordable, and number two, a little goes a long way, but then also it just gives your skin like this natural velvety smooth satiny finish. But if I had to choose one foundation to wear the rest of my life, it would be the Dior Forever Skin Glow, but I would kind of compare that to this in the formula of it, and I don't know a lot, but I do know that it is very similar in like the way it feels on your skin. However, I will say that the Dior Forever Skin Glow is like my top #1 favorite. Okay, concealer is technically new because it's a new shade, but I'm using the Hydrating Camo concealer from e.l.f. and I really love this because I wear this all the time. Even if I don't wear like a full face of makeup, I'll just put some of this on over my blemishes and call it a day. Because my foundation is kind of too dark for me, I'm gonna really brighten it up with this. So I am gonna go a little heavy-handed. It kind of smells like paint that you play with, like kids Crayola paint. So another thing that I do, I haven't done it in a while, but I do like to do whenever I want to go for a more luminous look, I really like the Tatcha Dewy Skin Mist. This is definitely more of an investment thing, but you can buy the miniature version to make sure that you like it before you make the big purchase, which is what I did. But I really like it because it really does give your skin like a glossy look. So before I even blend this out, while it's kind of still sitting there, I'm gonna go ahead and do a couple spritzes on my face. And I've had this for over a year, so I kind of went in heavy-handed because I feel like it's gonna like expire and not be any good soon. So while that's still kind of like luminous and kind of dewy, a little wet, I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out with this e.l.f. sponge, which is specifically for this concealer. But Karen, who is I Love Ciate, I talk about her all the time. I hope I'm saying her name right, but I love her because she talks about this sponge. She talks about a lot of things. Like she talks about sports bras at Target, or she did the other day, and I went and bought 3 of them because she talked about them. She always has like the best recommendations on Instagram stories, so I know she's like an actual big influencer and I'm just here, but I'm just passing along the word that this sponge is really good. I want to do more makeup hauls like from drugstores and stuff, like more drugstore makeup hauls, because I actually really enjoy that because you know, balling on a budget, but at the same time I love makeup. Okay, so I'm now gonna go into my Chanel cream bronzer. This stuff is amazing, but I've also heard good stuff about the Soul brand from ColourPop. Everyone says that it's like a perfect dupe. I really like the smell of this. I like the way it applies, and I'm gonna be using a sponge today. Normally I go in with a brush, but I've seen a lot of people, especially like on TikTok, use a sponge, and honestly TikTok has taught me so much, whether it be like workout tips, food tips, makeup tips, just random life tips, and I never thought I would be a TikTok fan, but it literally keeps me up at night. 1000%, I prefer the way that the sponge applies that bronzer compared to the brushes. that I've been using, so I'm glad I did that. I'm gonna go back over with that sponge we used for our concealer and just kind of tap it around because we don't want to look crazy. Now, something that I've also been loving, this was in my Ipsy box last month, and it's magical. It is the Extraordinary Translucent Powder from Ciate, London. I love this stuff, although this isn't like contributing to the dewy factor that we have going on. Oh my goodness, that just went everywhere. And because I don't want to take away from like the dewy factor, I'm not going to go in with a whole bunch, but I am going to bake a little bit under the eyes, and I'm going to use that e.l.f. sponge because it allows me to kind of create a nice little shape around my nose, kind of get it looking a little snatched, but also I just really don't want this to crease, and this concealer will crease really bad, I will say, because I don't want to like leave it on too long. I'm just dusting a little bit across like the bottom of my face where we put a lot of that concealer, because I do want to set it. I don't want it to like just run off my face, especially like when I get sweaty, but I don't want to leave it on too long because I don't want to like completely erase that whole dewy stuff we got going on. And I'm just going to go ahead and dust that tiny bit that we had on, go ahead and get that off, so that way it's just like a nice little powder setting. And then I'm going to go ahead and spray some setting spray. On top of that, I am going to spray a little bit more of that Tatcha mist because, again, we don't want to lose the dew. To be honest, I feel like I could leave my skin like this because it looks so natural. Like, this looks like a summer makeup look. This is definitely something that I do like day to day, like no eye makeup or anything. There's a find that I found the other day, and I think I have this, but I just have a different version of it, and I'm obsessed with it. It is the Tattoo Studio Brow Gel from Maybelline. Y'all, okay, so it comes with like a bristle, and then this is separate. And I put this on the other day on one brow just to test it out, and I got a shower, washed my makeup off, did my whole skincare, and I noticed it was still on that brow, and I had to scrub it off. It does say that it lasts, I think, up to 48 hours, which is crazy. So basically it's like this liquid formula, and I have just been taking like a little bit and putting it on my brows, like everywhere that I want it to be like filled in and darker. I do like to have darker brows because I like to bring out the darker pieces, like features of my hair. And so I just like to pretend that I have brown, deep brown eyebrows, which I kind of do. My brows are deep. I'm technically a redhead, but I do have like brown features. So now that that's kind of on there, you take the little spoolie piece, and it does kind of get a little brow gel a little bit below, you'll see, and a little bit above, but we can easily wipe that off. So I'm just brushing upwards. And since it's a gel, it kind of feels like it's like not laminating my brows, but it keeps them in place. And then I'll go back in with a brow pencil, and if there's any spots that I feel like need to be filled in more, I'll just do that. I hate the look on me of like perfect defined brows, and I know that's partially an excuse because I'm not good at them, but I just don't think I look good with having like the Instagram makeup brows. I love like a more natural looking brow, and I love like a big brow, but I did get my brows threaded over a year ago, and I feel like they just still have not gone back to normal. But down here on the bottom, I'm gonna take my brow pencil, this is from Benefit, and I'm just gonna kind of shape up the bottom. Obviously, I could have gone a little bit lighter with the brow shade that I chose. I did get deep brown. I could have gone medium brown or even just light brown, whatever. But I did like my brows dark, and once my eye makeup is on, I feel like it kind of balances it all out. Okay, one thing I have been loving lately too, I've loved since I got it, is the Louise eyeshadow base. It really does make the biggest difference. And so whether you use concealer, I used to honestly think that beauty gurus were just saying it for like not attention, but you know, I felt like it really didn't make big of a difference. But now that I've started using an eyeshadow base, I see like the big difference that everyone talks about. Another thing I have been loving is this Morphe M173 brush. It's kind of like a thicker, it can be like, I guess, a concealer brush, a nose contour brush. It's like good for like cream products, and so I just love using this brush, even no matter like what level of makeup I'm doing. We're gonna go ahead and do the eyes before we finish the rest of the face. But this palette, y'all, I am obsessed with it. This was in my Ipsy bag too. This is not sponsored, I'm just like obsessed. So this is the Nomad Cosmetics Italy palette in Tuscany. It's an intense eyeshadow palette, and it's so beautiful. So if I can find it online, I assume you can buy it by itself. I will link it down below. But basically, I love it because it has so many beautiful neutral colors and tones, and we're gonna start with this shade down here. It's just like a warm neutral brown in Cantucci. And so this is my Morphe M433 brush. Any kind of like medium fluffy brush will do. We're just gonna go ahead and create our like shape of our eye, and this is gonna be like a natural glam, something like easy every day that you can do. Like I'm not gonna be using fake lashes today, and so I'm just putting a little bit of product on the brush. I'm going back in for a second dip, and then we're gonna kind of just buff that out in the crease, and I'm gonna kind of bring it in towards the inner corner of the eye, but not too far, and I'm gonna kind of just lightly feather that out so it's just like this super nice soft shape. Next, I am going to take Fior di Latte. It is this light cream shade up here. It is just like this perfect light creamy matte, and I love the way it looks like on like the main portion of the eye. It just looks so soft and so good, and this makeup reminds me of like kind of like model off duty, maybe a little bit more of a glam moment, and a little bit more makeup than a model would wear, but I just love the look of it. Kind of like just carving out the crease without, you know, actually putting in the steps that it takes to carve out the crease, but I'm creating that carved out shape, if that makes sense. So a new product that I don't think I've used is this Wonder Beauty Skyliner. This is a black eyeliner, and I got it, I think this also was in my Ipsy box. There's just so much makeup that comes in those boxes, and it's amazing. I'm actually gonna film another January unboxing after this. That video will probably be up. But I'm gonna take this and just line my top waterline. I just applied that to the top waterline with focuses like on the outer portion. I didn't put it as much on the inner portion of the waterline because I'm kind of going for a fanned out easy look. A black liquid liner. I really like the Wet n Wild liner, but I also obviously love my tattoo liner from Kat Von D. I heard when Kat Von D like sold her company to, and it's like now KVD, if you notice, they changed the formula of the liner, and I bought this in brown and it was awful. I returned it, and the lady said that that's because they changed the formula, and I'm very sad. I'm just making a very light wing. I'm doing kind of what I call the Kylie Jenner eyeliner. If you notice how she does her winged eyeliner, she does like the thinnest piece, and she doesn't ever do like a full cat eye. She does it like the outer portion of her eye, and it kind of gives her that like sultry cat eye. And so this is a good example. Since we're going for more of a natural glam today, that's like exactly what you want. Curl my lashes. Mascara we're gonna use today is an oldie but a newie, like a goodie. It's new, but it's old, and I love it. So the mascara is the Telescopic Mascara from L'Oreal in black, and I got this over the summer. You guys remember I raved about it. I used it all the time, and then I think when we moved, I lost it, or either when I went to Columbus to move out of my apartment, I left it there or something. I could not find it, and I still have not found it, and I've organized my makeup and everything. So I bought new mascara the other day. It's such a good mascara. It makes your lashes look so long. So we are gonna show you that right now. And normally I hate wands that are this thin. Y'all, the main part of the wand is stuck in the tube and it's not coming out. I tried tweezers, so we're gonna have to go with a backup plan. I'm so upset. I did not even get one use out of that mascara, and that was like $10. Anyway, I'm gonna go with some other favorites. I'm gonna go into Dang Girl by Too Faced, and also maybe It's Superhero mascara. I love both of these, and these are both like sample sizes. I think we're gonna go in the Too Faced one though, because I really do like this mascara. I'm so upset. And I got it from Target, and I don't want to return it and then think I'm crazy, but I just opened it. If you got that and that happened to you, would you try to return it? But I feel bad because I'm the one that broke it. And so I'm just gonna apply a couple coats of this. I like this one. Okay, I feel like the L'Oreal mascara makes your lashes look super long, but this one makes your lashes look super full. Something I'm just crazy obsessed with, and the way I apply this is so different than what I used to do, is the Hourglass, what is this? The Incandescent Strobe Light. It is a lighting powder. It's kind of like supposed to be a highlighter. I have the 3-pack of this where it has like 3 different shades. This one is one of my 2 favorites. I also like the pink toned one, but I like to take a sponge to apply this, and so we're gonna use the side of the sponge that hopefully doesn't have a bronzer on it. And so I just kind of pat it in there, and then I take that and apply that under my eye as I would like any other like powder. And so you can see already just a couple taps, it gives you like this luminous glow, and you don't have to use as much as me, but I feel like when you apply it with a sponge, something about it on top of like a dewy base, dewy-ish luminous base, gives you like just so much more, makes it look so much more natural, I guess. So you can see this side, it just looks so glossy, and this side's so not. And so I bring it all the way down here to my cheekbones, everything, or my apples of my cheeks, and it looks so luminous. So we're gonna do this other side as well. I take this brush and kind of put it on my nose. I take a highlighter, this is my Benefit Cookie highlighter, and pop that on my inner corner, and a little bit on my nose. Now, I don't have any blush on right now, which is very unlike me, and I want to add a little bit, not too much, because I do like the bronzy look we have going, but I'm going to use this Pixi by Petra. I love this brand, and I'm so honored that they send me things, and you can find them in Target, Ulta. It's amazing. I love all of their quad palettes, so I'm going to take a little bit of this bright pink. This is in the shade Sugar, and this is their Sugar Blossom palette, so it's beautiful. And it's a very bright pink, but I'm just gonna go with a very light hand, like very light hand, and just kind of do it on the upper part of my cheeks to where it's not too much. Just using like the lightest amount because I don't want to look too clowny. Your lips, I want to keep it, since we're on like this natural look right now, it's a lot more natural than I thought we were gonna go for. I want to keep it even more natural, and oh, this is dull. This is the Pillowtalk lip liner from Charlotte Tilbury. It's very dull. I need to go get my sharpener, but I don't feel like it. I just realized how much foundation I've had on my lips this whole time, so I'm apologizing that you had to see that. This is just the lip liner, and it's such a pretty naturally color, and I want to keep that natural look and kind of keep the theme that we have going. And I'm going to go in with the Pillowtalk. This is the gloss on top. I just really like the look of just a glossy lip, and it's just such a pretty combo. Actually, I think this is like the lip. This is like some kind of lip surgent something. I'll have to find out what it is. I'll put it below. And it's very minty. It's like a plumper, I think. And now that we have that on, I'm gonna go ahead and go back and add some bottom mascara. And that is it. That's all you do. This little simple, natural glam. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really like the way it turned out. This isn't what I had in mind to film today, but we like the outcome. We love the outcome. So yeah, let me know if you try something similar to this. And these are all some of my go-to products at the moment, or either new products, and I'm glad we got to try them. So yeah, let me know what you want to see next. Any other makeup videos or anything, let me know down below. And thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.